Hi there, beautiful souls. It's Sadhana. Welcome to my channel. And today I'm going to be having a look at some decks that I have not been using for a while. I'm going to create some moon readings and just kind of look at how the decks interact and just kind of play with them. So we'll be flipping the camera in a bit and looking at the cards. The Oracle deck I'm going to use today is the Seeds of Shakti Oracle by Sharon Basanti. This is a self-published deck. She's a Canadian artist and author. And I'm not sure if this deck is still in print or if a second printing has come out yet. I know she was working on another deck. Her website, I'm sure if you just Google Seeds of, I'll link it in the box below so you can see, so you can get to Sharon's website. It's a super colorful deck. I'll just hold up some of the cards so you can see. And I was really excited to get this deck, but it's not one that I have been using. So I've decided what I'm going to do today is use the moon cards. It has 4 or 5 moon cards plus an eclipse and a sun, I think, in this deck. And I'm going to use the cards as a significator cards in a moon reading. So we'll have a look at that. Yeah. So if you love India and you're into yoga and stuff, it's kind of a cool deck. It might actually work really well too with the White Sage Oracle, the White Sage Tarot, I should say. Yeah, or even the Osho Zen. So that's the Oracle deck that I'm going to be using today. And then I'm going to do a reading with the Moonchild, which is a really beautiful deck that I have not been using. And I think the reason I haven't been using it is that I got the Lily White around the same time, and I really resonate with the Lily White more than the Moonchild. The Moonchild is collage art. It comes with this really thick book. I know a lot of you have Star Child and Moonchild, and these are the cards here. Those are the card backs. It's gold edged, and again, this is a really really pretty deck. Very soft, very feminine. It is a little edgy, and to tell you the truth, I have not been using this deck, so I'm really looking forward to pulling some cards today. So that is the Moonchild Tarot. And the other deck, oddly maybe, that I pulled is the Good Tarot, which is a deck that I thought I would be working with a lot more, but it's just not been one that has really stood out for me. It is not a straight out Rider-Waite-Smith. It's very soft. It's very gentle. The Suit of Swords is the Suit of Feathers, which I know other decks use as well. Very watery. But it's going to look really nice with Sharon's cards, and they should talk together quite well. So this is the Good Tarot by Colette Baron-Reid. And all right, so I'm going to use the moon cards from the Seeds of Shakti Oracle as the significator cards. And because we're still in the energy of the full moon of February, we've got the full moon, and then we have the waning moon, new, and waxing moon. So we'll kind of look at the energy of the next 4 weeks against the tarot cards. So we'll start with the Moonchild, and I will shuffle those cards. These cards are quite cardboardy, but I can still manage a riffle shuffle with these cards. And like I said, I haven't used these a lot, so the overhand is still quite sticky because they're matte. All right. We have the Lover's card,
the moon, of course. Do you find that when you do moon readings, the moon card just somehow always seems to appear? I don't know. It's kind of quite miraculous. And then we have the star and then the lovers. It's quite a beautiful reading. Okay, so these two decks look really pretty together. Wow. I love all the purples and blues and greens, and it looks like they were made for each other. Let's have a look at how this is all coming into play here. We have the current energy, and then the next few days we are still in the energy of the full moon. We are touching into the energy of the waxing moon, so we really need to look at these two cards together as a story together. Moving forward in the cycle, we have the star and then the two of cups, but not just looking at this linearly, but also looking at the two of cups evolving eventually into the lovers card and how this is working in a cycle. Really beautiful that these two cards are kind of sandwiching, this whole message together. So I really want to look at this as one complete story. This is the waning energy. This is the new potential, and this is what is beginning to grow. This is the fulfillment of the energy. This is really actually kind of lovely. What is sticking out for me here is a tremendous sense of balance. And what is being revealed, what is being illuminated in the light of the full moon is something that really needs to come forward at this time to bring yourself back into balance, to bring your life back into balance, whether that is very personal as part of something that needs to be healed, whether it's part of your business, whether it's part of some aspect of your life. It's almost like something's been missing for a long, long time. And I have a feeling this is something that somebody said to you somewhere along the way, that you weren't good enough, or that aspect of you wasn't to be shown. It's something that should be hidden. It's something that we don't do. It's something that our family doesn't do, or something like that. There's some kind of almost nastiness about what's coming forward. And finally, you have the courage. It's like you're giving yourself permission to allow this to be revealed. And as this is revealed, it's like finally like this big aha moment. Like the star card is one of hope. It's also one of alchemy. It's one of finally bringing your life into balance. I mean, this is such a beautiful card. We have all this beautiful sacred geometry here. Everything is just perfectly balanced, how the moon is illuminated, on the top of this pyramid, these triangles, the two pillars. It's like, yeah, so time to see that aspect of your shadow as a complete and super important part of yourself, so that you can finally bring this into balance, and so that your shadow and your light can talk and sing together and dance and be in harmony, and finally, once and for all, you feel more complete and more whole. And it's nothing to do, this has got nothing to do with relationship. It's got nothing to do with, with that kind of thing. This has to do with self and with being a complete and more balanced individual by recognizing what it is that you have been denying. And like I said, my intuition, which I'm going to go with, is saying that going back some years, maybe even many, many years, somewhere along the way, you either chose to hide something, or somebody encouraged you to hide something. It may be buried in your subconscious, or it might be, it's coming to the surface. So I think you know what that is. And so as you allow that to come forward and you re-embrace that aspect of yourself, you're going to feel so much better. And if the potential for relationship is there, allowing this to come forward at this time will kind of prepare you and just create a path where you're able to come into right relationship with yourself and potentially right relationship with others as well too. So yeah, so that's really, really lovely. And then let's pull an oracle card just to kind of tie that all together. So the oracle card is the sun, which is really beautiful because that also is about balance. That's about bringing all of this lunar energy, you know, into balance with the solar energy. It's also about letting your, you know, your true self shine. And if your true self is a combination, right, of your lunar self and your solar self, your lunar sign, your sun sign, we need to be working together with all aspects of self to create the best version of self, and to be staying more intentionally on our path, and to be, you know, to feel like, you know, we are living with purpose and living with a direction. So yeah, so really, really beautiful reading. Really unusual that this red card would come up with all these really lunar cards too. But again, this kind of makes this stand out. And I like that the sun card has shown up there. The message on the sun card says, share your radiant soul with the world. So yeah, share your radiant, complete soul with the world. And then let's take a look at the Good Tarot and how that looks with the Seeds of Shakti Oracle. All right. Oh, this is a hard deck to shuffle. I do like to riffle shuffle, and when decks don't riffle shuffle, it frustrates me. This one is... All right, so we'll overhand shuffle. Riffle shuffle's not great for this deck. All right, so we have 3 of Earth, 10 of Air, Justice, and 8 of Earth. Okay. Oh, my table's very slippery. Everything's sliding around. Okay, just check the viewfinder. Good. All right, so, oh, this is really interesting. Again, we have a nice sandwiching here, for lack of a better verb. We have the 3 and the 8 of Earth sandwiching the 10 of Air and Justice. All right, so this is kind of cool. I always see the 8 as an evolution of the 3. So if you have an opportunity right now to be working with a mentor, if there's some other people you can be bringing into your project, bringing into whatever it is you're working on right now, some kind of passion project, either with your business, with your community, make sure that you are listening, working with others, and there's something that is definitely evolving here. As the moon is waxing, there's something that you need to let go of, because you're in the process of creating a new version of kind of what you thought you were up to, but there's some aspect of it that you definitely need to let go of. It is, I think it's going to be quite easy for you to let go of that. So in the light of the full moon, something may be revealed, and I don't think it's going to be too tricky for you to see what part of that needs to kind of be released. And with that release, there's going to be a sense of lightness. There's going to be a sense of finally kind of really stepping, actually this is very similar to the last reading, stepping into your karmic path. The 11 is very much a card of balance. It's a card of dharma. It's a card of karma. It's a card of, stepping forward in a way that really makes sense. So while you thought what you were working on right now may be just what you were doing, there is some revision, some editing that needs to happen. So please, please know that that needs to let go for reasons that you may not be aware of, but it is time to let that aspect of your project or whatever it is you're working on right now to go, so that it can kind of come into a new form, a new version of itself. And this new version will grow and grow. And if we look at this cyclically, this will kind of grow and become, your regular business. I often see the 8 of Earth more as a passion project, is going back and looking at something that you've always wanted to do to recreate it, whereas the 3 of Pentacles to me is more about your everyday kind of work. So this works really, really nicely as a cyclical reading. And having the Justice card in the energy of the new moon is about karmic balance. So that's really very beautiful. Let's pull an oracle card just to tie that all together. I love it when things come in synchronicity like that. Like to have this 10 of air underneath the waning moon is really, really something. Sorry, that's my dog nudging me here, wanting to go for a walk, which we will do shortly. This deck is not wanting to split. There we go. Camel. You are resilient. Your energy is infinite. Okay. So, there is a sense of when we have to keep editing our plan, when we have to keep revising our plan, I think our wish is that we always wish that we get it right and that finally, once and for all, things are going to kind of flow and move in a positive direction. Well, I think the camel card here is saying that, there's this process of editing and tweaking and seeing things in a new light and moving forward with new versions, and knowing that new versions are better versions of old versions takes a lot of energy. And there's an aspect of self-care, there's an aspect of faith involved in this. Well, the camel card is just, I think it's a really nice pat on the back kind of card, saying that, you have the energy to do this, so keep on going. The camel moves very slowly and very methodically and very carefully, and has a lot of energy in store and reserve. So it looks like this is going to be a long-term project that you will finally be able to, that you'll be able to carry on for a significant amount of time. I would love to hear from you in the comments below what you think of these 2 decks working together, either the Good Tarot or the Moonchild Tarot, and which ones, and what you think of using these significator cards for the moon reading. Thank you for finding your way to my channel today. I wish you well. Namaste.